Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a teacher. Teaching is my passion. I love children, anything to do with them. The feeling you get when they learn new things is something that I love.
My music teacher in middle school was so full of energy, and he just made class so much fun. You were ready from the moment you walked in that room to do whatever he said, and I thought, he has got the best job ever. At some point in my life, I want to do what he does.
I think I've always wanted to be a teacher. When I went to culinary school, I teach culinary arts, but when I went to culinary school, kind of seeing how what my mentor did for me, made me want to be involved, I think, in culinary education.
Ever since preschool, I don't know if it was just, I really liked Mrs. Hall, my preschool and kindergarten teacher. I was in a Christian school in Washington, PA, and I just fell in love with her, and I wanted to be her.
I would say the biggest reason is because teaching is one of the most underappreciated professions, and it's one of the only jobs where you're judged based on someone else's performance. So I feel that some new teachers get into a teaching situation and it's different than what they thought it would be, or it's not as rewarding as they necessarily wanted.
In our counties, well, we're surrounded completely by states that pay a lot more. So if I were to be an honors graduate from a West Virginia college, I could either stay close and get paid one paycheck, or I could go over a state border and get anywhere between $3,000 and $15,000 raise.
I think there's a lot expected of teachers. You know, it's not like a 9-to-5 job. I mean, good teachers, a lot of them, they go home of the evenings, they're planning lessons. It doesn't end, and a lot of people want that, you know, I hate to say it, but like desk job, 9 to 5, it ends when you go home. And if you want that, then teaching is definitely not for you.
The one most on my mind now is removing students that are, and I'm on elementary level, that are creating behavior issues and causing the other students in the classroom not to be able to have an education.
I think more social activities for the students every day, just even if it's just a 15-minute break. And yeah, if you know, after lunch they've been really chatty during lunch and we've had a rough day, you know, they lose that privilege. But give them that privilege, something for them to work towards.
I think that if you reduce the amount of testing that our kids were having to go through, that would make a huge difference. I think that we're testing these kids to the point that they are exhausted, they are frustrated, they are stressed out.
If we had small classes, I'm talking no more than 10 to 12 students in a classroom, I think that education would just be tremendously changed.